Dear students, I am Pujita and I am your teacher of math subject. I'm sure you all are doing well. Well, this session is from the chapter Numbers up to 999 and you're learning the topic Round off numbers to the nearest tens. By the end of this session, you will be able to understand to round off the numbers to the nearest tens. After this session, there will be an assessment planned for you. Please do not forget to take the assessment to check your understanding from this session. So now, let us begin. In the previous class, we had learned about place value and face value, standard and expanded form. I hope you all have done the exercises and practiced, right? Okay, so today we are going to learn something new, that is rounding of numbers up to the nearest tens. So let me just share the text with you. Okay, we learn more about it looking at this exercise. Okay, here you can see a table, and on the table you can see some square and rectangle shapes, right? You can see the picture, isn't it? So, Nisha has made some shape cutouts for her project. She has about she has about 30 square cutouts and 20 rectangle cutouts. Okay, I'll repeat. She has about 30 square cutouts and 20 rectangle cutouts. Now, we have used the word about before, right? We have used the word about before the numbers 30 and 20. Why is that? Well, that is because 30 and 20 are not the exact number of shapes what Nisha has made. Okay, so it's not exactly 20 or exactly 30. It's somewhere close to 30 or 20. Okay, so we have to round off the actual numbers to the nearest tens. So you can see the rectangle shapes, you can see the square shapes. Okay, so we do not know how many shapes are there. What they have given is she has about 30 squares. So somewhere close to 30 squares and somewhere close to 20. Okay, so the number is not exactly 30 or 20. That is why we're using the word about 20 or about 30. Okay, now here, look at the number cards given below. See, the numbers are starting from 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. The exact number of square shape cutout and rectangle shape cutout is 24 and 26. So exactly she has made 24 square shape cutouts and 26 rectangle shape cutouts. Okay. Now the number 24 here. The number 24 is in between the first and the last number, that is 20 and 30. But it is closer to which number? You can see the number here, 24. It is close to 20 or it is close to 30. Number 24 is close to 20, right? So it is rounded off as 20. Okay, we round it off to 20. In the same way, the number 26. So she has 26 rectangle shaped cutouts. So number 26 is close to which number? Is it close to number 20 or it's close to number 30? Yes, it is close to number 30. Okay, so it is rounded off to which number? 30. It is rounded off as 30. Okay, See, you have to first check out the number which is in the middle, that is 25. 25 is the middle number. Okay, if any number is less than 5, okay, if it is 22, 23, then we have to round off to the previous tens, that is 20. If the number is more than 5, okay, now in this case, if it is more than 25, if she has made 27 rectangle cutouts, so which is the number we will round it to? Yes, 30. Okay, we will round off as 30, the number which is close to the tens. Okay, so first you have to look at the middle number. Always the fives will be the middle number. So in case of 30 to 40, 35 is the middle number. So any number less than 35, we will round off to the previous tens, that is 30. Any number more than 35, we'll round off to the next tens, that is 40. Okay, so the number 25 is in the middle of 20 and 30. While rounding off, we always consider the higher number, that is 30. Okay, so in case of 35 or in case of fives, in case there is anything like, there are 25 shapes or 25 rectangle shapes, then we will round off to the next tens, that is 30. Okay, for example, if there are 25 square shapes, if there are 25 square shapes, we will round off to which number here? We round off as 20 or 30. It will always be the next tens. Okay, keep in mind, whenever the number is a middle number, we will round off as the next tens. Okay, that is 30 in this case. Now let us watch a video. So let me share a video so that you can learn better. So here is the video.
Math Coach presents Rounding to the nearest 10. We use rounding when we want to estimate. Rounding gives us numbers that are easy to use, like 10, 20, 30, and so on. Rounded numbers help you solve everyday problems where you don't need an exact answer. That's called an estimate. Rounding might look hard, but hey, guess what? If you know how to put numbers in order and can skip count by tens, you can learn to round any number to the nearest 10 with ease. Here are some useful things to know. You can show any number on a number line. Numbers to the right have a greater value than numbers to the left. Every number that ends in the digits 1 through 9 sits between two tens. The nearest 10 on either side of your number is a useful benchmark. And the midpoint is the number that is halfway between the two benchmarks. If the number you want to round is less than the midpoint, round down. If the number you are rounding is at the midpoint or greater than the midpoint, round up. You can round any number in 4 easy steps. Let's see how. Let's round 27 to the nearest 10. Step 1. Figure out what benchmarks to use. Between which two tens does 27 belong? 20 is the lower benchmark and 30 is the higher benchmark.
Yes, so whenever a number is given, first you have to identify the nearest tens. Okay, so in between which tens you get the number 25. Okay, so here in case of 27, we have number 20 and number 30. So in between 20 and 30, we get the number 27, right? So any number, when you're rounding off to the nearest tens, first you have to understand in between which number does the number come, like in between which tens. Is it 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50? In that way, you have to identify that first. Okay?
Step 2. Find the midpoint between your benchmarks.
So once you find the benchmark, that is in this case when the number is 27, 20 and 30 is the benchmark. These are the two tens, right? So which is a number that comes in the middle? In case of 20 and 30, the number 25, right? In case of 30 to 40, which is the middle number there? 35. The fives will be the middle number. So it can be 35, 45, 55, 65. Okay, any number. It will be in fives. So here, let us continue.
That's the number that is exactly in the middle. The midpoint between 20 and 30 is 25. Step 3. Now locate 27 on the number line. You can see that 27 is more than 25.
So after doing this, after you identify the middle number, you have to see where the number, which is the place of the number, the given number, 27. So you can start counting from here. See 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 is here. Where will 27 be? 26, 27. This is the place of 27. Now you can see to which tens the number is close. We'll check.
So now you're ready for step 4. You can round. 27 is closer to 30 than to 20. So, to the nearest 10, 27 rounds up to 30. Sometimes the nearest 10 is 0. Let's round 4 to the nearest 10. The benchmarks are 0 and 10. The midpoint is 5. 4 is less than 5. So, to the nearest 10, 4 rounds down to 0. And sometimes the nearest 10 is 100. Look at 96. The benchmarks are 90 and 100. The midpoint is 95. 96 is greater than 95. So, to the nearest 10, 96 rounds up to 100.
So you have to keep in mind, if the number is more than the fives, like if the number is more than 35, then it will round off to the nearest tens, that is 40. If the number is less than the fives, that is, if the number is less than 35, then it will round off to the lesser tens, that is 30. Okay, so anything which is more than the fives, like more than 25, then round off to the next tens. Okay, anything which is any number which is less than 25 or less than the fives, then it will round up the before number, that is the tens, before tens. Is it clear? Yes? Okay. So, stop sharing the screen here. Yes. So now you will have to do the exercise which is related to rounding of numbers. Okay, I will just share the textbook with you. So you can see the textbook here, right? So you will solve the question number 3 from the exercise 1.4. That is in page number 17. I repeat, it's page number 17, exercise 1.4 and question number 3. Okay, what you have to do is you have to round off the given numbers to the nearest tens. Round off the given numbers to the nearest tens. Here, the first number is 35. Okay, in case of 35, what do we do? We always round off 35 to the next tens. So what is the next tens we are getting? First you have to set the benchmark. 35 comes between which tens? 30 and 40. Right? So 35 we have to round off to the next tens, that is 40. Okay, so the answer will be 40 here. Now there are some other questions, exercises given here, right? B 59, C 28, D 62, 46, 17, 64, 93. Okay, so these sums you have to do it independently. First, what you have to do whenever you get a number here like this, you have to set the benchmark. You have to identify the tens between which number does 59 come. Okay, so you have to locate that and then it will be easy for you to get the answer. Okay, so this is how you round off the numbers and I want you to do this exercise. Is it clear? Yes? Good. Okay, so let us now revise the chapter. Okay, after that you'll have to solve the revision exercise one by one. So I'll now share the PPT. Yes. We'll just revise what we have learned and then you will solve the revision exercise. Identify the number and write its number names. So what is the number here? We have already done this exercise, right? So you have to revise now. The number is 466. And how do we write it? Right, we already solved this, right? So we will quickly run across. The next number, count the number of hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and there is no tens. So in tens place it is 0. Ones place it is 2. What is the number? 702. Very good. Next. Represent the numbers in abacus. Right? We have given the beats in abacus. We have to read the number. The number is 913. And how do we write it? Yes, 913. Identify the number and write its number name. Identify the number now fast, come on. 686. Right? Okay, here. What is the number here? 999. And here also it is 999. 9 hundreds, 9 tens, 9 ones. Okay, clear? How do we write it? See the spelling of 90. N-I-N-E-T-Y. Don't write N-I-N-T-Y. It's N-I-N-E-T-Y. 90. Okay. Okay. So identify the place value of the highlighted digit. Okay, the first one is done already. You can see that 283. So what is the place of 8 here? It is in tens place. 8 tens is 80. Okay, so you have to identify that. 491. So you have to write the place value of 4. 4 is in which place? Hundreds place. So what is the answer? 400. Good. Next, 502. Here it is in ones place. So the value will be 2. 859. Which place it is? Hundreds place. So what is the place value? 8 in hundreds place. Place value is 800. 127. Place value of 7 is 7. You have to be quicker. We're just revising on it. 215. Place value of 1. 1 is in tens place. So 110 is 10. 614. 6 is in hundreds place. So 600. What is the answer? 600. 943. 3 is in ones place. So what is the answer? 3. Very good. Now write the expanded form of the given numbers. Okay. So I'll quickly run across the sides. 613. How will we write? We have to write how many hundreds, how many tens, how many ones. Okay. So 6 hundreds plus 1 tens plus 3 ones. It is equal to 600. So you're writing this in figures. 600 plus 10 plus 3. You can write in two ways. Expanded form can be written in two ways. Okay. Either in spellings, that is 600, 110 and 3 ones, or you can write it in the place value form, that is 600 plus 10 plus 3. So here, how will you write it? 4 hundreds plus 5 tens plus 9 ones. So in another form, you write it as 400 plus 50 plus 9. 108. So 100 plus how many tens? 0 tens. And 8 ones, which is equal to 100 plus 0 plus 8. So the next one is 327. So 300 plus 2 tens plus 7 ones, which is equal to 300 plus 20 plus 7. Okay, now you write in standard form. How will you write this in standard form? You will only write the number in the place. Like in hundreds place, which number you write, tens place, which number, and ones place, which number. So what number is 300 plus 8 tens plus 7 ones? 387. Okay, they have given it in the expanded form. You have to convert into standard form. So what is the number here? 260. Very good. What is the number here? 591. Good. What about the last number? 842. Very good. So that is all. Okay. So we quickly revised on what we have learned, that is the place value, expanded form, standard form, and face value, right? And the last one we did is rounding off numbers to the nearest tens. So now you have to solve the revision exercises from the textbook on your own. Try to recall what we have learned and you have to solve the exercises. Okay, and remember the worksheet will be sent. You will have to solve the worksheet. Is it clear? So please practice more exercises in place value, face value, expanded form, standard form, and rounding of numbers to the nearest tens. Okay, you can solve more exercises in your rough book. In the textbook, you have very few exercises, right? Yes, so tell your parents to give more exercises and practice well. So that's all in the chapter numbers up to 999. Okay, so I'll meet you in the next class with a new chapter. Bye-bye.